Mike, good of you to join us here.
Anytime.
The boss, Paul Otelliti, was in the hot seat earlier. The future is in your hands, my friend. Are you feeling the pressure?
It's fantastic. It's a good time to be at Intel, and I think we're on the right path.
Let's go back a step. I mean, it's not as if Intel wasn't investing for the future, making acquisitions with the future in mind to a certain degree. What had been the challenge in this mobile market?
You know, I'll be honest, it really, a lot of that really predates my time at Intel.
Sure.
What I can tell you is, what we've just done over the past year and a half or so is just a renewed focus, a real laser-sharp focus on getting our first product out there, making sure it's world-class, making sure people love it, and then putting together a roadmap that gets better and better over time.
So let's talk about that, because
Sure.
I've heard it described, your team, almost like a startup within Intel. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have been able to put together one of the best mobile engineering teams, I think, on the planet inside of Intel. And, it's the best of both worlds. We have a move fast, startup kind of mentality with all the resources that Intel brings to bear, including, that technology that people have been talking about that I think is second to none.
Well, what I thought was cool is not as if you just thought, what's the best chip for a phone? You said, let's build the phone all the way through. Tell us about that.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'd say you have two approaches when you want to talk to people about phone chips. You can go in with PowerPoint and explain how great it's going to be, or you can go in with a device and really show what's possible. And what I've learned over the years is there's nothing like a proof point to really drive the point home how great something can be.
Well, obviously all this potentially leads to design wins. And what Paul Otelliti said earlier is we've had some great announcements so far. The next year will be determined on some of those design wins. What can you tell us about the kinds of design wins you're looking for? Anything and everything.
Probably not a lot, but no. I mean, we are looking to partner with as many people as we can in the space. We think we have offerings that are second to none and even get better over time. And we've announced some great partners, and I think you'll see more to come as the year goes on.
And certainly an important part of this is getting the developers on board. And everybody thinks about Apple catering to the developers, or the Android team, or the folks over at BlackBerry, but very much you have to do the same thing as well.
Well, we've done two things. First, we have a large organization that over the years has already worked with Windows developers to optimize their programs for Windows. That same team is working with Android developers today to help us get those Android apps running even better on IA. The other thing, on Intel architecture.
Sure.
The other thing we've done is, as part of this initial phone launch, we've provided some technology so that even the small percentage of Android apps that were written for another ecosystem run transparently and actually run really well. So we've given a bridge that makes everything pretty much just run, and we're working behind the scenes to make it even better long term.
You are a former Apple guy.
I am.
Is there a possibility that Intel, in a big way, could be partners with Apple in future iPads or iPhones? They've gone their own way so far. But is there a possibility of that happening?
That was probably a question for Paul. But okay, what I'll tell you is, look, I'd like to have everybody as a customer. It's our job to build the best, most compelling products so that people can't afford not to at least come look at it. And I think that's what we're on track to do right now.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility then?
Like I said, my goal is to build something so compelling everyone will have to take a look.
The other thing Paul Otelliti was talking about was McAfee and how that deal fits into what you're doing with mobile. Tell us very quickly, a little more in depth, what that's all about.
Well, it's exciting, and McAfee already has a mobile product I think you've probably heard about that people can download today, and it works great on our mobile devices. We're also, now that they're part of the Intel family, we're working very closely with them to figure out what we can put in the silicon to make it even easier and better for them to code to, and how we just work closer to have a more seamless experience for the user.
Gotcha. And just very quickly before we go, is there anything that would make you decide to move away from this, to decide, you know what, it's not working out, we're going to go in another direction?
No, we have the best people, we have the best technology. We just have to execute, and we're here to do that.
What's your favorite phone?
My favorite phone is our Intel phone.
Oh, and, diplomatic guy.
It's a great product.
Mike, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.